Hi friends, welcome back. So we've got to talk about our growing and unfortunately persistent scam culture and bro culture. It's everywhere, be it YouTube, be it business, be it at the highest levels. I got to go over this, and I also am asking for your help to warn other people. So let's just jump right in. And if you're new here, I want you guys to see how these scams work to protect yourself. So first, this is a common scam that you'll see. This is Meet Kevin, and his name is also Kevin Pathrath. He's on YouTube. And I want to make this really clear. Do not buy any courses from any of these scam people on YouTube. Here it is right here. This is like $1,780 he wants to charge for this thing. And the promise of many of these YouTubers: make more money, get stuff done faster, featuring AI. It's just a bunch of buzzwords and basically trying to sell you snake oil and promising you riches and using buzzword of AI. Unfortunately, though, a lot of people fall for it. I see it in comments every single day where people say, hey, thanks for making the video and let me know. I was kind of curious, wasn't sure. Guys, I'm just telling you flat out, these things are scams. Listen to a little bit of the video and have a listen for yourself.
So what we believe is we've created a very compelling product where after a join fee, you pay $420 a month flat fee, no hourly fee. Yes, it's not the cheapest service, but that's because I want it to be the best service. So that way, anytime you're thinking, Kevin, should I get the new iPhone? Kevin, should I renovate this house? Kevin, should I hire this contractor? My team in the office with me can help you come up with that conclusion.
So he wants to charge you $1,337 join fee. Then he wants to charge you $420 a month. Then he wants to charge you an annual asset fee of 69 basis points. Yes, it's a joke. It's not a joke in the sense that, yes, he's trying to scam you. That's real. The prices are also real. It's just a joke that this guy's a joke. The frustrating thing is that people actually fall for this stuff, right? People, what these people do is essentially they prey on those, and I try to be nice as I can, have low self-esteem. They maybe prey on people who are at a low point in their life. They prey on people that, maybe don't have a lot of people around them that are positive or, helpful, whatever reason. These kind of people, be it on YouTube or otherwise, they take advantage of vulnerable people. And it's sad and it's unfortunate. And it frankly pisses me off. And I put this stuff out there because I just want to warn you. I'll give you some free advice. You don't need to pay someone $420 a month to get advice on whether or not you should buy the new iPhone. and the sad thing, or you don't have to give someone $1,300 to join to whether or not you need to buy a new iPhone or whatever stupid advice they want to give you. It's ludicrous. You're better off giving this money and paying yourself, be it putting into an S&P 500 index fund, be it just put in a regular old savings account, be it pay off your debt. But don't give the money to someone like Meet Kevin. It's so frustrating, and moreover, like the stuff they kind of push, and talking about Kevin here, we've seen this before. So some people say, oh my God, this is a new thing. Oh wow, Kevin, I never heard of something like this. Unfortunately, it's at our highest level. So this is something called Trump University. I just put up a Wikipedia description of it, but the basic idea, they would sell you real estate courses, asset management, courses, entrepreneurship courses, wealth creation courses, right? They basically tell people, oh, you're all going to get rich. Obviously, it was a scam, right? And they had a big class action, $25 million. But I understand, when you bring up politics, stuff like that, people get all upset and they turn their brains off and say, oh, what do you mean you just hate Republicans? No, I don't hate Republicans. Guys, if we had any other person, doesn't matter which party, that would put out these kind of things like nonstop, and to talk about Trump or even Kevin and talk about Elon Musk in a minute here, I'll tell you, like, it's so ludicrous. And this is sort of why it's kind of ticking me off, because it's like all levels of society. Now, this is true story, guys, true story. I guess this coming Monday, Trump's going to do some sort of new crypto coin company or something. He's going to call it World Liberty Financial. and I point to the Meet Kevin thing because I want you to show you how these people, start and where they end up, and sort of how this can keep going on for a lifetime, because there's always new suckers out there to scam. This is Donald Trump on his new crypto. For real.
Join me live on Twitter Spaces at 8 p.m. this September 16th for the launch of World Liberty Financial. We're embracing the future with crypto and leaving the slow and outdated big banks behind.
Yep, so he's great new bank, crypto, whatever it's going to be. Guys, it's a scam. Whatever it's going to be, it's a scam. And I understand there's people who love Trump, there's people who love Kevin out there. But this is who these people are. And you have to show this really clearly, because I think what happens is frankly, it's greed. It could be ignorance, any number of things, but people get so sort of like focused on the shiny gold object of the promises of riches. They think, oh my God, this person's got the secret, etc. But like, these are who these people are. They end up with a ton of mental breakdowns. They end up, doing all kinds of things because why? They know deep down they're cheating people, but they kind of sort of trap themselves into the world and lie to themselves every day that it's okay. Frankly, it's not okay, and I'm going to keep calling this stuff out as long as these kind of people keep doing it. Let me give you another example. So this was the Trump dude, right? I just mentioned this. It was interesting. Bloomberg did an article talking about who he's working with to start his new crypto company, and it's this guy named Chase Hero. I don't know if that person's real name or not, but that's what he calls himself. And this is the headline: "Behind the Trump crypto project is a self-described dirtbag of the internet." Like, what? And the person, the other quote was like, "If you do this right, who F cares if it goes to zero?" They actually was a video on this guy, and I'll play a little bit of it. I'll just say this, guys. He swears. So you like take that? I'll just say he swears too much, so it's hard to really watch any of his stuff. But just watch a little bit. I want you to understand, like, behind the scenes, how these people talk about, business, money, etc. Just have a listen for yourself.
Out of your head. Yes, it can go to zero. You've heard it from a guy who loves the crypto space. It can go to zero, but it can also go to millions, or to a point where it is right now is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of where it will be. And that is what you need to think about, because you're taking a risk. That's investing. You don't risk everything, but you risk what you have to lose. And you're making a point to push forward. And if you do this right, who cares if it goes to zero? Seriously.
And he goes on, and this is the guy who's heading up Trump's new crypto project stuff. And I'll just read the description here. It says, Chase Hero has sold a lot of things in his career, be it MJ, be it weight loss, colon cleansers, be it $149 a month, get rich quick classes, right? He just keeps selling whatever. These kind of people, they don't care, right? They'll sell anything to anyone as long as you buy it. They'll sell, take people's retirement as long as you give them the money. Who cares about taking someone's retirement? They'll go to, old people's homes and just like rob people blind. That's the kind of people these are. And for those of you who've never been to New York City, Wall Street, this kind of mentality, that kind of world, for those of you who are there, you'll know. I mean, you'll know. It's that kind of, how to explain it? It's a kind of like a street mentality put in a white collar environment. It's because it's funny because, like, if you talk about, say, this sort of hustler mentality on like literally on the street, meaning that some guy trying to say, hey, you want $100, just find the ball in the cup, like, you kind of intuitively know it's a scam. But it's suddenly like, if you have people that wear maybe ties or sweater vests or whatever, convinces you, like, they get a little bit more slicker at it. Like, it's all the same scam. It's just that there's how well can you polish said turd, essentially. This particular guy, to me, it's obvious a scam, but this kind of talk, these kind of people, it appeals to an audience, again, that is very vulnerable. And it's interesting because this article came out today, and again, guys, this is all connected. I think this is part of our current culture, and it's very, very prevalent on YouTube, unfortunately. So you can read the quote. This on September 14, 2024. Elon Musk's quest to make men great again. The billionaire puts his interpretation of masculinity on display, from the strongman leaders to bro culture. And again, this is Musk and Trump getting together. And I understand, like I said, whenever you bring up politics, suddenly people turn their brains off. But I want you to, like, please keep your brains in your head and understand, like, the stuff that these people are trying to portray to you, and understand, again, they're capturing your vulnerabilities to basically sell you a bunch of crap. What kind of crap does Elon Musk sell you? Well, he tells you guys this kind of stuff. Hey guys, I'm going to build this fancy new robot that everyone in the whole world is going to want one. Maybe they're going to want 2 or 3, right? And then it's like, oh my God, it's going to give me 25 trillion in market cap. Oh, his company's going to be the most in the world. And, like, guys, we've actually looked at Elon Musk shareholder events, and people literally ask, they're like, Mr. Musk, when is your company going to be worth more than Apple and Aramco combined? Like, when's it basically going to be worth more than the whole world? People honestly believe this stuff is because it's, and I understand. Here's the logic, and we'll go through the logic again just so you understand that I completely understand it. here's the logic. You look at this person, he's really rich, right? He's rich, right? And you think, okay, if this person's really rich, then therefore I must need to follow said person's strategy to get rich, okay? It's very like basic logic. The thing is though, what if said person's strategy to get rich is selling you a bunch of scam to get rich? That's the scam. Do you understand? They're selling you hopes and dreams. It's a dream factory. So basically Tesla these days is a stock selling factory. It's a scam. Or, Trump is successful by selling you Trump University or Trump Stakes or whatever like that. And guys, and I want to make this really clear, this isn't really about politics at all. This is about people out to scam you. Here's another example. You can totally make the case that Theranos and Elizabeth Holmes, that they're more left-wing, right? It's irrelevant to me, but I have to bring this up because some people think it's only people on the right that scam. Not necessarily. I'll say there's a lot of famous people on the right that scam, but you can certainly say this person's left 100%. Elizabeth Holmes. They propped her up as being the female Steve Jobs, and if you want to call this woke stuff, you totally can, right? And they're like, oh my God, we got to find the next female Steve Jobs, etc. And so they really pushed her as being like this innovation in biotech space, right? And people, it's like, oh, we have to support her because she's gonna to inspire a generation of young girls. And guys, I think it's great to have role models. Fantastic to have role models. I'm not against role models. But what I'm against is outright fraud and scam. And again, this is out to, unfortunately, prey on the people's hopes and dreams of a certain kind of person. The reality is, and this is where it becomes really hard to tell you the truth. And I try to tell the truth all the time, but I know it's not fun. The reality is that it's really, really hard to be successful. And your path is going to be different than anyone else's. It's going to be different. And essentially what you need to do is figure it out for yourself. And don't rely on these kind of people trying to sell you snake oil. That's the secret of life, is figuring it out for yourself. And I'm being 100% honest with you, but no one will ever really tell you that. It's a sad thing. Moreover, like here's something like a Sam Bankman-Fried, right? You could also classify this person on the left. I want to make it really clear. This isn't politics. This is about people who are out to scam you. And I just have to say that because some people then turn off their brain once you bring this stuff up. But I have to show you all of it, because it's not just a little, YouTuber who, scams people on YouTube and takes advantage of people and takes their money and stuff like that. It's everywhere, unfortunately. And because people see it at the highest levels in our politics, in our business, et cetera, they think, oh, well, that must be normal. That must be how you get rich. No, it's how you get rich if you want to scam people and live a life like this and like essentially lose your brain. It's so frustrating. Let me show you guys some more, and I'll give you an example. Okay, so let's explain this. This is the Farzad dude. I talk about this guy every now and then. Why? Because what's the best way to describe it? I was thinking you could call him the Dunning-Krieger guy. It's a person who thinks he's smart, convinces other people said thing, and he's just frankly an idiot. He's one of the Tesla stock promoters, and here's an example. Now I'm going to illustrate it for you. So he says, very clever way to boost the economy and reward hard work. I really like this. And so he's commenting on one of Trump's proposals. Now listen to the proposal. Listen to it.
Today, I'm also announcing that as part of our additional tax cuts, we will end all taxes on overtime. You know what that means? Think of that. Think of that. Think of that. That gives people more of an incentive to work. It gives the companies it's a lot easier to get the people. And, I went to some economists, great ones, and I said, what do you think? They said, it would be unbelievable. You'll get a whole new workforce by doing that. No taxes on overtime.
Great. So this is a current scam going on right now, right? Trump comes and says, okay, no tax on overtime. People like a Farzad fall for it, and a bunch of people clap, etc. So what's a scam? So you have to understand, and this goes back to the sort of tenet of this whole video is if something's too good to be true, then it probably is, right? The scam is essentially you'll have a couple different things going on. If there's no taxes on overtime, then suddenly workers and even companies will figure out a way to restructure people's pay to where like your base pay will be really, really low, and then you'll make your overtime pay really, really high. It'll be that simple. And if suddenly you get all your pay in overtime, then you pay no tax. right? People will completely game the system that way. Another thing that could probably happen as well is people who are like, say, salaried and say, I don't want to be salaried anymore. I want to I want to figure out a way to get to be hourly and get into overtime kind of work. Another issue as well, which is because remember, overtime is not taxed. The other issue that will happen as well is like people will say, okay, if I can, work overtime and make more money, then basically I'm sort of encouraging this culture that you need to work over 40 hours a week. My personal opinion, guys, is there's more to life than work. There's more to life than money. And unfortunately, though, I understand. We live in a world where you flip on social media every single day and it make you feel like you have to buy the Lambo. And the only way to get the Lambo is you buy the scammy classes and you give this guy a bunch of money, what, $1,300 or $1,700. It's like so ludicrous. And therefore you're going to be rich. Or you buy this, this guy's stock here and his stock is going to build you robots and robo-taxis and you're going to be rich. Or you buy this guy's crypto thing and oh my God, you're all going to be rich. Like that's what the scam is. And it's so hard to tell people. And it's funny because when I make this kind of video, I always see people in comment say, yes, I have a friend who's just like this, where I try to tell my friend that, X company, X crypto, X whatever is a scam. But my friend like just honestly believes the lie. Unfortunately, though, again, you get blinded by greed or whatever. Until you get burnt, you may not necessarily know. But what's going to happen to a lot of people is you get way overconfident and you lose everything. And I want you to listen to one more thing that the Kevin guy had to say, because it relates to sort of like this scam culture. Have a listen. This is Kevin.
So if you're interested in a personal wealth plan and actual licensed financial advice, give it a try. You can cancel at any time. I just want to be very clear about that. Let's say you join and then, it's like September 30th and you're like, okay, I joined, or October 31st, you're like, hey, you know what? I got what I needed. I want to cancel. There is a 30-day cancellation window. And so basically you pay one more month and then you're done. All right. And that's just so we can transition to make sure we're closing out all of our disclosures and we're properly closing out with you, which is totally fine. But I want people. See,
that's another scam that these kind of people run. Oh yes, we had a cancellation, money back guarantee, but you can't cancel for another month. You have to pay another month, fee. And I mean, if you've ever dealt with scammy people, they always give you some cockamamie excuse or some sort of reason why they have to keep scamming you for more money. I'll give you another example, and guys, it just keeps going on. This is his latest scam. It's called Mastermind. He has it here. I'm putting together a mastermind, and basically what he's trying to say is, hey, if you want to get connections, I'm going to hook you up with like the smartest and the richest and the most awesome people, and they're going to give you the secrets of the world. Join our, special group. And you go through this thing like, oh my God, I want to meet a private location. I want to meet special guests. I want to network. Please, who am I going to meet? Who's all these awesome people? And you get to the end of this freaking thing, and it says right here, it's kind of funny. They said, this is not a sales call. That's what he says. They underline it. But then listen to this. There's no pressure to join. The purpose of the call is to explore the right fit for both of us. This is a serious applications only, and credit investors are the best fit. And there is a quote, a significant membership fee. It's right there. So they're basically gonna, you call one of the Kevin's team, I guess the Justin guy, 45 minutes, and they try to figure out how much money you have, and then they say, oh, maybe this is a whale. Maybe this is the person that we can get money from. And that's kind of like how these people operate. And it's fatiguing to have to go through all this stuff, but I have to do it because unfortunately it's everywhere. And because it's everywhere, people think it's normal. People think it's good. And people think this is the way to wealth. But honestly, guys, it's just all a scam. And I'll leave it at that. So please help me out here. If you're watching this video, leave some comments and warn other people about this stuff. And I'll catch you all next time.